Hey there, Drawyah here, and welcome back to FSX. So, today we're in Alderney. It's a premiere, so it's definitely a real-life flight, and so flying from Alderney back to Southampton. So, flying back to England today, flying back home, and yes, back to the mainland UK, where I've got the railway tonight to do, and then at home Monday, Tuesday, a couple of things to do at home, but this is the end of our little 3-day epic out into the Channel Islands. So, this morning, like I say, flying in the Dornier Do228 back to England, flying in FSX again, so as I've got the Carenado Do228, it just makes sense to use this aircraft once again in the old platform. And yeah, yesterday the flight from Guernsey to Alderney treated us absolutely spotlessly, so we'll definitely be back in for one more trip in the old aircraft. So yeah, set the aircraft up, prepare ourselves for our flight, and I mean, this probably will be the last time we use FSX. I don't see much of an opportunity in the future to use it again, so enjoy it while it lasts, because I don't really see much of a future on this sim. It's a shame, because it really is a platform that carried me for so long, but all good things come to an end, and I'm afraid this is now very much the end. We'll enjoy this, we'll enjoy this. No point dwelling on the past. We have got better and greater in FSX, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Right. Battery generators and system master on. Activates the nav lights, anti-collision lights. Yes, I might as well do that at the same time. Activate all the systems, bring it all to life. So that comes on. GPS comes on. Activates the radios. That one, sorry, and then that's the ADS. That stays on source. Yeah, I got on standby for now, why not? Power's on for the FMS, accepts the initialization. Flight director and your dampener on. And we will start loading the passenger, shall we? So this is a much, well, I say much for legs, only a 14-seater aircraft, but yeah, this is a filler leg. We are carrying the, well, again, we're on Concorde apparently. Don't need to wait, we are carrying about 15 on board today, so slightly fuller than before. Again, absolutely no amenities. It's a little aircraft on tiny little flight, and I actually set the timer, so it's 35 on the clock, and departure time in about, well, departing in about 10 minutes I see on the clock. Right, no amenities, let's get boarding. We jump down to the FMS system, we'll get our flight plan all plugged in now, so let's get the flight plan up on that. Currently that's Echo Golf Juliet Alpha, so select that waypoint, Echo Golf Juliet Alpha, enter that. We fly direct to Ortac, enter that. Now I must admit, I've got no idea how to input an airway, so we're going to skip Quebec 41 and fly to Thread.
When you find your seat, please be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you. Unless you're in a
Thread,
front row,
enter.
please place
And
all
there we
your
go,
items
right.
in the overhead.
Cruising altitude, we can cruise at 9,000 today, so 9,000 feet. We'll select the altitude, stick 9,000 down. Select the, whoops, didn't I? Sorry, 9,000. Enter, select 9,000, enter.
Please double check that all your items are put away so that the
That
aisle is
looks
clear and
good.
every passenger
Destination airport, sorry, is Echo Golf Hotel,
In an
India.
emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you.
Enter
If you're not
that.
able to comply with these actions,
Right,
please
so
comply
that's
with
our
the
flight plan
seat.
complete.
You are free to use your portable electronic
Still in pre-flight, so there's
devices
still a few
during the
passengers
process.
boarding
We
at
ask
this
that
time.
larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart from the gate. Thank you and welcome aboard.
No, pre-flight, sorry, we've all boarded. Yeah, passenger on board.
We're ready to go
Seats are
when you are.
occupied. There we go, right, so at this point we are now pretty much, well, close the exits, the main exits apart from the pilot door. What's out in the end. Must admit, it's a very well put together model from Carenado. Like I said, I'd love to see this ported over to Microsoft Flight Simulator at some point soon. It's an aircraft I'd pick up day one, absolutely. P-tone inlet's on. Close the visor. Might as well close the exit now, so click on the door, do it from your cockpit as well. And let's get this aircraft ready to start, shall we? So runway 08 for departure, Let's probably do that. Haven't listened to the 80s yet.
Good morning,
Let's get
ladies and gentlemen,
the
and welcome
weather
aboard
information.
Flight 501 with service to Southampton.
Wind
Our flight time will
020
be
at
roughly
8
35
knots,
minutes.
0.18 degrees Celsius, temperature 18 degrees Celsius, altimeter 1011, scattered clouds at 4,500 feet, few clouds at 500 feet, wind 020 at 8 knots.
Right, so that's our weather sorted out. That's this 1011 set. Right. Okay, then just running, shall we? So increase was about 10%, which is some power going into the engines. Activate the fuel pumps. Set the starter to ground. And enrich the engine 2. And start. Yeah, that reminds me. Bing and bing. Right, so allow engine 2 just to stabilise.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the front of the aircraft for a safety demonstration. When the seatbelt light is on, please make sure that your seatbelt is fastened.
There we go. Engine stabilising. Back above. Close the guard. Open the guard. Enrich engine 1. And start.
Lift the upper portion of the buckle. In the event that the seatbelt light is not on, we suggest that
So that's 9,000. We're at 1,000 feet per minute.
there are several emergency exits on this aircraft. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, floor level lighting will guide you towards the exit.
Again, just watching the end. Well, say M1's torque for the engines. Watch torque drop back down to about 5%. There we go. So we're pretty much ready to go. We'll switch over to the taxi lights. Yes, aircraft has taxi lights. I've just found out. Right, cut out the throttle, knock off the parking brake, and the engine 1 just flick around as we make a hairpin, a 2 pence turn, back around the other way. Perfect. Raise the visor. Flaps position 1. And let's taxi to the runway. I don't think we've really got a need to backtrack at. No, we'll backtrack. We'll backtrack on the runway today. It's only a short runway here at Alderney, and entry point's about midway down. So we'll enter the runway, make a right, taxi to the end. It's about 35-ish minutes to get to Southampton today. It's not a long flight by any means. Oof. Someone's going in for a landing. There are 3 runways here at Alderney, so there we go. Welcome to welcome to Alderney, I guess. On the grass strip. Now, how's this going to work? Alright, he's held position for us, so we'll enter the runway, but I have to try and go around him. I know. We'll let them work it out. No, they're holding for us. Okay, right, so, might as well, whoops. Go buzzy apparently. We'll activate the landing lights then. So, landing lights active. Strobe lights active. Essentially, the benefit of the Do228 is that this aircraft is more than capable to taxi on the grass, so essentially we'll just go around them. Or, tell you what, make a push to the left. Allow them to basically cut on the inside before we taxi on the runway. Yeah, we thought we'd be doing something like this in FSX, eh? Adds an extra minute to our departure time, but hey ho. It's the requirements of a single runway, small well, say single runway, single taxiway, small airport, I guess. So that's more than Ryan Mall. We'll now taxi south to the gates. We're going to make our way to the runway. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. I did say we were going to join this flight. An inbound aircraft I was not actually expecting, so definitely an extra little bonus for us today. Going to increase our throttle while we're at it. Feather up to max. It has a lovely wide berth through at the end of the runway, and the 08s. Torque percentage 40, onto stable. Let's get going. Airspeed live. 100 rotate. Right, gear up. Just got that GPS switch down there. Make a left hand turn. Let's make a northerly heading towards the English mainland. Like I said, it's getting a tiny line normally. Something I'm going to pretty much walk across. In about a day, St Mary being the main town here. St Peter Port of Guernsey. St Mary, Alderney. Stick on to the autopilots. Nav and altitude select. Autopilot's active. Flaps come up now. Continue our climb to about 9,000 feet. GPS, you look at that. Straight line path in Southampton. The runway, landing on runway 02. So we will need to manually fly to the north of the airport just to bring it to the south today. Quite interesting if I can screenshots of the thumbnails because I might have to kind of do them separately afterwards when I get a chance. There we go. Climbing out of Alderney now. Next stop, Southampton. Quick look at the map. We are so far so good on our path, so we're going to head to the next waypoint, Ortac to thread. We've had, well, we could add the needle waypoint. Let me see if I can try and add that in between on this. So threads to delete that, insert needle. It's going to be number 1, so needle United Kingdom. There you go, I like that. So needle United Kingdom, Colombia, unknown. So definitely going to be the one in the United Kingdom. So select as number 1 point, enter, and return. As needle points, 57 miles off. Yes, that's correct. And then from needle up to Echo Golf Hotel, India. It's an advanced little system, this. Hotel, where is there? Hotel India. Advanced little system, does work rather well. Not quite sure what type of unit it is, it just marks universal. We just see kind of more into who actually creates it. Just about see the coast of England in front of us, so again, not a massive flight this. We'll be there within about, well, probably less than 30 minutes as advertised. Currently our ETA is about 27 minutes to arrival, 27 to go. Passing through 4,400, mind a bit of turbulence, a little bit of shaking from the aircraft. Once again, nothing out of the Dorniers. The Dorniers came from quite a bit. And these are most often found out in Nepal of all countries. Nepal flying up to look like Carenado. And you've got Aurigny, Aurigny's all around the Channel Islands. I know that the Twin Otter, you get quite a few operating up in Scotland. So Logan have a couple of these, as well as the Scilly Islands Skybus. Another one gets quite a few of these to operate around. Yeah, they're more common than you think. They're more common than you think, Dorniers. They live in the UK, and we'll try something a bit different than the usual EasyJet flight to continental Europe somewhere. Oh no, give some of these domestic ones a go. Locally I've got a couple of flights to come up with, so I'm actually going up to the island of Barra in a couple of weeks. Yes, I've managed to find a ticket to Barra. Well, actually, the ticket to Barra wasn't too difficult, because Logan operates 2 flights today in Twin Otters. But it's more the actual accommodation when you're there. Not many hotels, I must admit. Managed to find myself a hostel, which had a few spaces left, so I managed to give myself room for 2 nights there. So that's going to be quite an exciting little trip. Another island I'll just walk around for a couple of days. But yeah, I've got some exciting trips coming up. So I've got, well, this was just ended now, so I'm going back to England from Alderney. I'm going up to Barra. It's about 2 weeks, something like that. Definitely not that long away. And then up to Inverness, where we're going to take a ferry from Aberdeen, so you have to drive to Aberdeen, and a ferry up to Shetland Islands. So again, very excited for that trip coming up. I've got a good couple of trips on the way. Took a small break from my trips up to Glasgow, Northern Ireland, where else did I go? To Durham, Tees Valley. That was a flight. Yeah, I've taken I did all of those, took a small break, and then back again in the air for three more trips, and then, well, really, it comes down to weather. I mean, as much as I'd love it to still be the middle of summer, also, got to start saving a bit more money again, because I am admittedly spending more than I want to with these trips. I love going out, I love travelling, I must admit, I love going places, but they're not always the cheapest. They're not always the cheapest. Some minor rocking there from the aircrafts. Quite a little turbulence today. Doing it very well, I must admit. I mean, 96 satisfaction at the moment. Passengers are very happy. Past 10,000. Yeah, what can I say? I've said it plenty of times. It's capable of that aircraft. That. Get a lot of joy in flying on this platform. Hurry up, Carenado, bring it to FSX, I need it. FSX, already here, FSX, get Microsoft Flight Sim, guys. Microsoft Flight Sim, I need it. Right, so we're nearly at our cruising altitude now of 9,000. Aircraft level off, to be fair. We haven't reached the altimeter yet, 1013. There we go. To be fair, actually, one view I have forgotten about, the old flyby view, still my all-time favourite in any flight sim. If there is one thing that FSX introduced to us, even after 2004 even, is the other flyby view. Just listen to the engine purr as it cuts across the screen. Man, I do miss it. Right, we're at 9,000, the aircraft has levelled off, must admit. Somewhat close to this top cloud layer. But hey, we are at cruise now. Things get a little bit too shaky, we can always descend a tad bit just to bring it down a tiny bit, you know. Just in front of that AUTAC waypoint, so not too long to go to hit that next bit. Zoom out on the map, you can see thread into needle right on the Isle of Wight, so if it gets you get a chance to see the west of the island over Yarmouth, Isle of Wight, and then at that point probably take it on a manual approach. Probably fly east of the airport, to be fair, yeah. We'll avoid the main kind of city of Southampton or that. We'll fly kind of between Southampton and Fareham. Make an approach to the north over easterly, maybe as far as Winchester, we'll see. Just basing it off a navigation map. So far so good, got plenty of fuel on board. Should be alright for the rest of this flights. Yeah, so we're on autopilot, navigation's active, all looking good. 195 miles to go, there we go. Ah, just lost signal. Yeah, about 195 or so miles towards the English mainland. Oop, speed. Watch the speed there. We're at cruise, so we can bring these back a tad now. There we go. So she's going to adjust the throttle. Try and aim for a steady 170 knots. So it's definitely jumping a little bit the airspeed indicator, mainly because we're flying into a bit of crosswind headwind turbulence, and so the slightly jumpy airflow is going to kind of adjust that a little bit, but not too bad for us. Yeah, so far so good. Ah, we do have passenger views, there we go. Passenger view 1 from the right-hand seats. It's kind of the little bubble window, just get a little bit of extra distance from the propeller if that was to fail. And then passenger view 1, which is the left-hand side towards the rear of the aircrafts. I mean, these Carenado aircraft have always been fantastic. I mean, the interiors, the level of detail. I mean, look at the level of the seats. I did a review of this aircraft from for flightsim.com. One of the first actually I did for them, it was the second one I ever did after the, what was it? Icarus C-42. And, yeah, this aircraft brings out good memories. And going back to days of FS Passengers, when this was my go-to aircraft for about 6 months. It's a shame I stopped that series, I always enjoyed it. Problem is, when I moved from FSX, all of a sudden, compatibility wasn't there. I'm sure, is it control? Ah yes, control enter, backspace, not square brackets. What's left and right again? It's not insert. Plus minus no. Whoops, that's help. Okay, I can remember backwards and forwards. Control. No, it's control shift. Ah, yeah, and then shift is up and. Ah, there we go. Man, the camera controls were not intuitive, but they worked, I guess. This was a good old platform, yeah. Mission is to exit again, there we go. I think, was it control? No, what was it to return it back to the original? Shift enter, no. Backspace, no, that's reset. View. There's a way you can reset it. I've forgotten. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. We'll live without it. So, PACX disappeared. All HUD again. There we go. FSX. Nowadays, its age, 10 years ago when this was the current platform, this was top of the range. And let's say, 40-minute flight in this old thing with the GO228. Imagine this is going to be, well, especially in real life, okay, I'm on this airplane right now, definitely going to be an experience, this. Definitely going to be an experience. I mean, when I did the Islander, first normal Islander with Hebridean, that was also about 40 odd minutes between Oban and Isla. That was also about 40 minutes. I've a bit of a scene to look at. But I don't know, something was quite special with Dornier. I've always liked this aircraft. I've always wanted to fly one. Always tried to Twin Otter as well. Tried to do a Twin Otter. And here I am, finally, touch wood if all goes to plan, flying on it. About 20 minutes expected arrival, so still got a little bit of time to go. Kind of going in and out of the clouds at the moment, but again, nothing too problematic. If we get icing, we can always switch the anti-ice on. But as it stands, we're bar of minus turbulence, not doing too bad. Couple of aircraft dotted around, a couple of 737s, 321s, Barons, Mini Bravos, Cessna Skyhawks, Cherokees, CRJ 700s, Dash 8s, Learjets and Orions. And again, in fact, you can just kind of jump. Orbit Airlines, haven't forgotten you guys. Yeah, you can see I've got no AI packs installed. That's going to be Orbit, or is it going to be Pacifica, World Travel? Even load? It's not loading. Might be part of DirectX 10, kind of the packs for that. So it's just the fact that, there you go, there's an Orbit Airlines 737 while scenery loads around it. Car on the ground getting itself serviced. Another Orbit Airlines. If you just look ahead, actually, you can just about see, yeah, there's Yellow White. And Southampton, it's kind of just, there's like a coat there, it's kind of in there, the water goes inland. It's kind of about, it's very much on the horizon, Southampton at the moment. Ooh, a bit of sun glare. Bit of sun glare. Oh, really? Why is there any background noise here? They have just like drilling up the road behind me. Very annoying. Well, maintenance, fair enough, but very annoying in the middle of a video. Right, so, yeah, as I said, so we're going to have to make a northerly approach when coming in from runway 02 for landing. Therefore, we'll start our descent shortly. We'll kind of self-vector ourselves to land. Even the ventilator isn't turned on. This is not the most anti-aliased aircraft in the world, I must say. That's just what you get in the days of old Microsoft Flight Sim. I'm trying with fancy scenery through, let's say, FSF TARS. So I have got satellite imagery from a freeware source sorted out. Problem is, you're very limited in the way of actual kind of autogen on top of that. I have got, what was it, OpenVFR, which is like a payware option that used to exist. Not anymore now, they've since disbanded, but OpenVFR did scenery on top of VFR stuff. No, there's an Orbex option as well. Is it Orbex? I know there's another option that's payware as well that you can get fancy overlays for Microsoft Flight for FSX. So I have got the UK one from OpenVFR installed. Yeah, as you can see, it is even then, there's still no Microsoft Flight Simulator. Fair play, fair play. It's 2021, it's another decade. We are just about still using this platform. It still has some hope left. Not much, just a tiny little ounce of it, but there's still some hope left. Yeah, so I do need to start thinking about descent in the next couple of minutes, start thinking about getting the aircraft back onto the ground. We've still got another... Well, this is lost track again, has it? So no mileage on that. Oh no, this has stopped. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so still got another 12, so 18 minutes left. 9 plus 28, so about 37 miles in 18 minutes. There you go, just refresh the map, that's back to normal again. A couple of MD-80s have appeared now. Definitely back in the day, those aircrafts. Alright, well, take a quick look at the Isle of Wight while we're above head. Not there's really much to see on this coast, apart from obviously a cliff line there, white cliff that just about sits on the mesh. I remember back when I was flying the PMDG episode so often, PMDG 737, that was a case of looking down at the satellite image down below, all custom generated, and I thought, this looks pretty good, you can't get much better than this. X-Link came out, Ortho, works pretty well with the sensor and all that, also resolution get pretty high. But very, very big file size, I must admit. Definitely need to get yourself an extra hard drive for that one. And then Microsoft Flight Sim came out and just made it default. You know what? Stick a satellite image down, and boom, you've got yourself default worldwide scenery. Yeah, fair enough. Flying's not perfect, Microsoft Flight Sim, but to think that it's come from this. Mad old journey, this. A mad old journey. Alright, welcome to the Isle of Wight. Oof, I've definitely not missed those stutters. How's give yourself a heart attack 101. You didn't even look at the blurries. We're not that far from scenery. Boom, it's blurry. There you go, loads in. And you guys say that Microsoft Flight Sim scenery's blurry. Look at this. We're at 9,000 feet, guys. Come on. Signs have changed. Much for the better. We're going to start a descent now. So we're going to go down to about 2,000 feet. Needle point, which you'll be flying overhead very shortly. We'll start making a right hand turn and start flying our own kind of well, we're in a quarter really. Right, so I'm going to set a heading for 060. mean, it's pretty, but not quite what we're looking at when we first flew out from Microsoft Flight Sim the other day on Friday. Yeah, in terms of the actual Southampton Airport approach, this is the line, so you can see the pink line that we were originally following. Lines up pretty much perfect for the runway 20 side. But we're landing 02, so you kind of loop. So the plan is, loop around. You kind of use Fareham and Easterly as waypoints, and then just land it in ourselves. Adds a couple of minutes, but we are nice and early, 12 minutes to expected arrival time. Another thing I've not missed is the jumpy frame rate, I must admit. Even with my spec, which is pretty decent for what it is, for FSX at least, this platform very much wants a super powerful single core processor as opposed to a multi-core. Single core, single threads. That's what our Microsoft Flight Sim strives on. Right, let's get the weather update, shall we? So I need to grab the METAR for arrival. Right, okay, so 17 centigrades, temperature 1015. 0 degrees, 2 knot winds. Only VFR conditions, that's fine. Down there, that's going to be Coes. Got Coes. Round the corner, you're going to have Shanklin. That's where the railway starts out of. That airport right there, that's going to be Bembridge. And Sandown should be visible kind of about there-ish. Silence also flying towards now. Portsmouth to our right. See where real coast UK ends, where FSX thinks it ends as well. Doesn't quite add up, doesn't quite match. That there I believe is Southampton actually. Yeah, one way there at Southampton Airport. Through 5,000, we're going to make a left-hand turn now. Essentially, there's a nice little gap, just kind of very north of here. Go 020. Essentially, it's right down the middle. Avoids city, just kind of gives us a nice little open space to fly between. Flying GA mainly, you try to avoid populated areas. IFR is a bit different. Less people you're flying over, essentially the safer the better it is. Frame rate's really not on my side today. Sort of VAS of 2 gigs, so not doing too bad. Whoops. Forgot there's a click spot there. You can open the window as well. That one's not as deadly. If that was FS Passengers, passenger would be screaming right now for the open door, and I would not be able to close that again. This isn't FS Passengers, it's PACX. Ooh, I forgot about the click spots. Also, you can use a scroll wheel on there, and also opens the door. I've done that on so many occasions by accident, it's almost embarrassing actually. about 7 is expected arrival. Gonna need to cut the throttle back just a bit more as well. Shortly, think about this left-hand turn, get ourselves back into the airports. Yeah, don't worry about that. Long story, long story. Right, so see how we're doing on the map. So to our left hand side we are about level with the airport now. And also we're just about level at 2,000 feet, so that's looking good. So we'll make a left hand turn around Bishop Swartham. Make a heading of about 300. And as soon as we're ready to bring the aircraft into land, there's a airport right there, there's a runway. As soon as we're ready to take over manual control, left hand turn, and then just bring the aircraft into land, nice and simple. Definitely a slight pitch up there, I must admit, at the aircraft flying level at low altitude. Increase the throttle a tad so you can get more of a level nose. Sure, going to fly over Mounstoke airstrip. Left the actually, have we left the FR scenery? Possibly. Yeah, I think we. It's very much on the edge of the FR scenery, that's for sure. In fact, it's airstrip. I don't even exist in FSX. Yeah, that's that age, are we? So actually, it'll be about 290. We're going to make a left-hand turn to 290. It's about 90 degrees to the airport. 2,000 feet. We can leave us at that until manual control later. No any flaps just yet. Still a bit of bumping and turbulence going on with the speed gauge there. Indicated airspeed. Heading 290. Come on, Sim. We're almost there. We're almost on the ground. Just hold it together for 3.5 minutes. Still doing well for 96 action. Doing very well indeed. So just keep an eye on the left hand side. Wait for the airport to become visible again. Then make a left hand turn, line up runway 02. Switch off the autopilot and bring the aircraft into land. It's going to be a bumpy old landing this. Cloud cover has cleared up a little bit, so definitely something on our side, but there's going to be a bit of a bumpy landing this. Whoops. Sorry, just had to check something there. nearly. Come on, little Dornier. You're nearly there. Just another 2 minutes. Start heading for 220, I guess. Nope, 200, sorry. We're 02 and 20, so it'll be 200. Reduce flaps a tad. Sorry, reduce speed a tad and reduce load of flaps. There we go. Runway's in sight. Few seconds behind the expected arrival, but pretty much bang on, which ain't too bad for well, for this aircraft, probably kind of a medium long haul. Right, autopilot off, under control. Gear down. We are above the glide slope, but nothing there I can't adjust. Gotta remember, the A228 is both a style aircraft and capable of steep approaches, so definitely not within the outer limitations of this aircraft. Right there as well, there's the railway line. Using that later to go back to London. Southampton Airport Parkway to Waterloo. South West trains that. And I don't think I've ever actually been to Southampton before. This will be the first time for me, just to get to the airport. Well, at some point I also need to tick off the list Southampton, sorry not Southampton, Southend Airport as well. London Southend. It's the last airport. Actually I've got to try and figure out Oxford as well. But certainly for commercial flights, London Southend Airport is not only got the list as well. No, this isn't really a London airport, it is just Southampton International, I think it is. Southampton International. Very much a self-proclaimed international airport, that's for sure. Right. Still above the glide slope, but very much in for the landing. Auto throttle. And reverse is set. 50 knots, hold the brakes. Cut the reverses. Okay, just tad off that
Southampton. The local time is
exit points.
9:20 a.m. and it's currently about 10 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been taken during the flight.
Still on the concrete. And then left that. Right, let's go taxi to the gates.
Check your itinerary to ensure
not a bad little short flight this, I must say. Not a bad little short flight. We will switch over to taxi lights. Make sure strobes all off. That's looking good. Alright, over to the stand. Not really much of a choice of stands, is there? Increase the flaps. Cut the mixture down to low. No need for any major power on this out bit. Park the aircraft up. Really? Time to bring things to an end, I guess. Alright, so I'll take this stands just to the left of us here. Don't need the full ground services, not really going to be using much of it. Pop doors open, and then disembark the aircrafts. Right, parking brake sets. All idle, all idle. Pop the caps. And just 1, 2. Off. And there we have it. Welcome to Southampton International Airport. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I do adore this aircraft. The Dornier Do228. Fantastic little creation this, and yeah, what can I say? FSX, I must admit, has been a bit of a pain in the backside to record this video. Yeah, I can see why I left this platform so long ago. But hey, we've made it back. We're in the mainland, and that for me is now the end of my trip down to the Channel Islands. I'll be back again soon, I'm sure of. Well, yeah, I'm sure of it, even though I've not gone yet. I'm sure I'll be back again soon. It's a place I've wanted to go for a long time now, so somewhere I can now cross off the list. So, yeah, I guess that brings us now to the end of this premiere. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like. Do subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you all very much for watching. Ooh, we haven't ended the flight yet, sorry. Flight report, there we go. Yeah, 501. Alderney to Southampton, 37-minute flight time. Yeah, overall, decent little flight that. Decent little flight. Some extreme flight conditions, fair enough. But hey, what can you say? So, yeah, if you guys enjoyed the flight, if you enjoyed the stream, video, premiere, if you enjoyed the video, whatever, leave a like, subscribe with us already. Thank you all very much for tuning in. And I am now promptly going to uninstall Flight Simulator. Take care, guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you again in the very near future. Take care, and goodbye.